So let's talk about this story. The story of the NFL through 3 weeks is
the Miami Dolphins. I mean, Rich, I don't think we can talk about them enough. I mean, they've played some tough teams, right? The Patriots, the Chargers, the Broncos are terrible right now. But what they are doing is so next level. And what's interesting is I got a text from someone in the organization the other day, and they said they understand that 70 burger that they put on the Broncos was unique, right? This isn't something where they're going to be showing this game tape. Look at how great we are. Look at how great Devon Achane. I used to call him Achane.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, look at how they're like, we understand we've
burying the tape?
They're not burying the tape.
Okay.
But as I suggested, on the NFL report, put in the archives for the highlight film. You take some things away from that and say, okay, we've got the Bills this week. All right, this is a team that knows us. They know some tendencies because we've played them twice last season. They've got 3 games of tape now. We put some things on tape to drive them crazy for preparation. That's what that Broncos practice was. Right now,
Broncos practice.
I mean, that's what it got. That's what it is. Come on, you can see by the first half. I mean, that defense was nothing but a bunch of orange traffic cones.
There was a still shot that I saw on Twitter that which we still call it that Achane was running free and clear. Clearly, it was the one where he was one of the 4 where he was going to the end zone. And about 5 Broncos defenders were on their backs on the ground.
How about
Did you
that
see
picture?
that? You saw what I'm talking about, right? They're on their backs on the ground. All the Dolphins are upright, looking down the field, blocking, looking for someone to hit and knock over as well. But it seemed like some of these defenders were bowled over because they were thrown off balance by whatever the hell the Dolphins were doing. So what are they doing? Like, what is Mike McDaniel doing? What's being discussed? What are you seeing on tape or film? Because I'd love to try to get that a little bit out of Raheem Mostert when he was on the show yesterday. What is he doing?
So a lot of it is, when you talk to people, and there was a great podcast that Jordan Rodriguez from The Athletic did this summer called The Play Callers, where she took the whole Shanahan tree group, McVay, McDaniel, all these guys, Kevin O'Connell, to talk about the offense.
Yes.
And McDaniel is the run game guru.
That's what Mostert said. He met him as he was the run game coordinator. When he arrived in San Francisco, Mostert was already there.
Right. And so, I've talked to people about the stretch zone scheme, what Kyle and McDaniel do, and they've got the outside zone, the inside zone, but they incorporate like a mid-zone run stuff. So they can give you looks with the offensive line that look like runs that turn into pass because their passing game is so quick.
Yes.
It just allows them to do certain things because of the quickness of how they operate and the speed of their players. They've got speed like nobody else at all of their skill positions. And the other thing that's being talked about is their motions, especially with Tyreek Hill, because they're almost on CFL level, right? Where he goes in motion sometimes and he bows and it looks like he's moving forward.
That? Yes.
So,
that's legal.
That is legal where they're up to the edge. They're almost at the right tackle, and pass protection thing. But it's almost like, as our Cameron Wolf said, it's like a 200-meter runner in track. He's coming around the curve, and he's already at full speed. So if you're a DB who's static or you're traveling with him, he's gone. And that's why he is springing open. He's an exceptional route runner. But some of the other route concepts that they do, it's getting guys open, and Tua is out there right now just playing Madden because he is seeing guys wide open, or he's throwing them open with the timing of what they do.
He's so good.
He's so good.
And this is a guy who was just, he's not Herbert, right?
Right. He doesn't have the slingshot.
He doesn't, right. And he can't, he just doesn't have it. The size is not what's going to work in the NFL. And of course, he wasn't healthy last year. That gives more credence to that. He's the MVP of the league right now.
Right now, he absolutely
3 weeks in, and I will say this before we continue on. Sam Darnold, if I'm not mistaken, was the MVP of the league through 3 weeks a couple years ago, right? In Carolina?
Yeah, correct.
When he was balling out. Remember Carolina was 3-0, and then McCaffrey hurt his hamstring on a Thursday night against the Houston Texans, and it all went right downhill.
Yeah.
But he's no Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't happening unless he gets hurt or, Mahomes or somebody.
Correct.
But, I mean, what's just going on with the Dolphins offensively?
Yes.
It's frightening, but here's why I think they're going to be there at the end.
Yes, sir.
Is their defense. I mean, we are not talking about the fact, because they're still coming together, but they've got Nick Chubb and Jalen Phillips, and they're so good at all 3 levels.
That's right.
And you're seeing Vic Fangio now start to warm teams up. These guys are starting to understand what he wants to do. That defense, when it really starts to hit his stride and they start getting takeaways to get two in that offense ball more, the ball more, that's what's happening in Kansas City right now. The Chiefs defense is playing lights out. Right? When Miami's defense start doing that with the way they're operating, that's what's going to make them scary.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.